Hey everybody, this is Chris Yarrington and I'm coming to you with another Fitness Friday. Super excited today because what I have set up for you is we're going to go over some back exercises. If you think of your back as you have your spine and you have all of the supportive spine muscles that run along it, it's extremely important for us to make sure that those muscles are in shape, strong, and holding your spine in alignment. Anytime we have someone that has loosened their muscles, hasn't been working their supportive muscles of the spine, they start to have some sort of back issues. And so the intent behind this video is to give you some exercises that you can do on a daily or a weekly or monthly basis that would be better than you just completely negating your spine muscles, because a lot of the time people will focus on arms and legs and core and shoulders and just in general their back, but they don't actually focus truly on those supportive spine muscles. So here are a couple of exercises that I think you'll love. The first one here are going to be lumbar rotations. I like to put my hands on my head like I'm wearing earmuffs. I'm going to hinge up my hips just like when you do a deadlift, so your hips will be back, your back will be nice and flat. You're not fully down at a 90-degree angle with the floor parallel to the floor. You're going to be at about a 45-degree angle down here like this. You're going to rotate, try and get your elbow pointed up to the sky, back down, and then the next side. All right? So these are lumbar rotations, working those spine muscles, trying to really work on those. If that's not comfortable for you, there's another one where you have your hands pointed down, same exact motion, same exact positioning, but instead you're going to rotate and you're going to point your fingers up, rotate back down, point your other fingers up. All right, for a lumbar rotation. The next exercise is going to be one that you would need a mat for. You'd lie on your belly, and we're going to lift one arm and one leg up, and then put it back down, and then we're going to lift the opposite arm and leg up as well. So I'm going to lay down, hands flat down, feet flat down. We're going to lift one arm and leg up, and then back down. Other arm and leg up, and back down. And we're just looking for your range of motion. As you work on this, your back is going to get a little bit more flexible. Your back will also get a little bit stronger, so you'll be able to lift up into a bigger range of motion, but we're going to really strengthen those muscles by doing that. The other one that we're going to work on is that you're going to put one hand on your ear just like we were doing earlier. You're going to have your knees on the ground, toes on the ground, other hand on the ground, and we're going to rotate down. So we have our elbow pointed at the floor, but then we're going to rotate and we're going to point parallel to the floor. And then back up. All right, parallel to the floor up here as well. Perpendicular, parallel. Perpendicular, parallel. And we just swing through the motion. Swing through the motion. And we'll do it on each side. All right? Another activity that we can do is going to be on your hands and knees. And this is going to be called threading the needle, and then putting out to extension. And we can involve our leg here too. It's like you're putting your hand down in your pocket, or like you're grabbing a sword or grabbing something out of your pocket. And then you're going to extend, and if you want to add your leg, you can add your leg there too. Down here, and extend. Down here, and extend. All right? So we're getting that cross your body rotation, that contralateral rotation here, for you to work on those spine muscles. All right? Now, a lot of the time what we don't realize that can be impacting the strength of our muscles that run along our spine is going to be looking at a computer. So I want you to think of it this way. If I'm sitting at my computer and I'm looking up, that's going to be tightening my muscles of my spine. So it's shortening the muscles. If the muscles are shortened that much all the time, then they're actually going to get shorter and shorter and shorter, tighter, tighter, tighter. All right, just like a rubber band, if you're stretching the rubber band out, it gets loose, all right? That's what happens with your muscles. But the opposite happens too. If you're constantly contracting them, the muscle is getting tighter and tighter to hold it in that place. So you end up with your muscles being super short. So when you come down like this, it's gonna actually create pain because they're not long enough. They're not stretched out anymore. They're not flexible enough anymore, all right? And so that's loss of range of motion. The other way, if you're always looking down at your screen when you're sitting at a computer screen, then you're gonna lengthen your spine muscles. That's gonna make them weaker. The longer they're in this extended position, the weaker and weaker they become. Just like when you start stretching a rubber band, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and then one day it eventually snaps. Now with our spine muscles, we don't want that to happen, so we can create a lot of problems by always looking down. So we wanna have that neutral look when we're looking at a computer. Straight on, eyes straight forward, and that's where the ergonomic assessment comes in. But you know, in this time when you might be working from home, you might not have that. So some keys here is if you're looking straight and you're going to be reading mainly in the middle of your screen, then our eyes want to lie right in the middle. If your eyes are lined up at the top, if your eyes are looking at the top of your screen, then you're going to, as soon as you leave the top of your screen, you're going to be looking down, which is going to lengthen those muscles. Same with your screen. If your screen is low, your eyes are level with the bottom of your screen, and then you have to go up to look at the top and then read down, then your muscles they're always going to be contracted. So we want to try and use the center of your screen as the center of where your eyes are looking, and that's neutral. And then as I look up, I'll look down, I'll actually be doing both, all right? Versus always looking up and kind of going down, but spending a lot of time doing this, or a lot of time doing this. All right, so the idea is to stay in a neutral position. Hopefully, all of these different activities you can try out. You'll see if they work for you. Like I said, we can do it on a daily basis. We could do it on a weekly basis. We could do it on a monthly basis. Not as advantageous, but you know, twice a week, 3 times a week, that'd be great. If you really are feeling it and want to do it every day, that's okay. Just don't overdo it. You know, 5 or 10 minutes focused on controlled motions, no extra weight, just working on that flexibility, range of motion, and strength. I think that's a great way to do it. So this is something that's super important. It's the core to making sure that you don't end up with any major back problems going forward as you start to lift more and more and put more weight above your head. So hopefully you got a lot out of this. Have a great rest of your Friday. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll be seeing you on Monday for our Mindful Mondays. And I also have a mini series that I'm going to be releasing at the end of July that you can look forward to as well. But I'll leave that as a surprise. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.